of your own journey, because I know we can read about Paul and Silas, we can read about all those Hebrew boys and whatnot, but what is the reality of us in this?
Now she had eaten that fruit. Now this is chai. It's the beginning of sorrows now.
I feel like Christianity gives you so much free will.
Mothers think your wife is their kid. Like, that's wrong. My wife is not my mother's kid.
Or like they would like to take. I think people must understand the positions they are holding. If you understand your position,
Life.
yes, you get to appreciate the other person.
Let's say if your mother wants money, do you first consult a woman?
Yes, you must.
Andrea, let's make it fast.
Alright, okay, let me wait.
Don't worry.
But wait. Alright.
Hey.
It's like, I had
Jenna Jerusalem mazizwa Taziwa Zamazopa Angwana Bachi Jenna Jerusalem mazizwa Otaziwa na divonyi hofira holufu gebala geisera mabida Chiko renda yeso botanziwa ngangwana bachijena ka Jerusalem maziswa
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song?
Yeah.
You mean from the hymnal or just...
Yeah, like what's your favorite song from the hymnal? Yes, we are in church. Or you can tell us the ones that you post normally.
Let me check. I think
it's not your favorite if you have to check it.
No. I just want to be sure of it. I think it's him. Him 22. Yeah, it's him 22.
What does it say?
Lord, I hear. Let me
sing it for us, Chief.
Wait. Yes.
But my favorite shouldn't be a thing that you have to be like, okay, Kanji, what's my favorite?
You know this song?
Which one?
Him 22. You don't know it?
Sing it. I don't know. Sing. Let's see.
Should I sing it? Okay, let me sing it in. Lord, I hear your showers of blessing.
I don't know it.
you know this song.
I don't know it. Yeah.
In the book, this is your
Hey,
favorite
you're
song.
forcing me.
This
I
is
don't
my
know
yeah.
it.
I love this song.
I don't know it. I should say away.
Me, I have none of it.
I need to.
Nah, me, I don't have a favorite song in
I don't know it.
You don't know that?
No.
Yeah, that is my favorite song.
When I used to grow up, my favorite song used to be 34. Do you know 34?
34 is
When peace like a river. Yeah, that was my favorite
That's
song.
a nice song, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice song. It gives you hope when you are hopeless.
the It's a very good song for when the Shunammite woman
Come
there,
on now.
in the book of 2 Kings, when Prophet Elijah
Hey,
asked her,
hey.
is it well with your family, with your husband and your kids? The woman answered,
Yes.
it is well.
It
And the
is
truth of the
well.
matter was that nothing is well.
Ah.
But just because the Lord is in our presence,
Hey.
everything is well.
Hi, welcome to Rhythm and Chats. We are back on it. We are back on it. This is us, and we are doing it.
One man shooting,
One man,
but
but
3 up.
3 up.
why should we sleep? You know?
Yeah,
but we are back at it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. We are back at it.
Mr. Ntlanja.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see you,
We're
boy.
greeting you there from social, wherever you are.
You
There,
see you, boy.
Probably you will not watch, but
Yeah,
you know our
probably.
friends. You know our friends.
No, I think nowadays he's trying to watch us.
He will respond as if he is watching.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
ask him
If he is
next
watching,
time.
he's
No,
gonna
when he
respond.
comes, we're
We will
gonna
ask
ask.
Yeah.
what was
What were we talking about?
happening?
Yes.
Yeah, man. We want to thank you guys for subscribing,
Mm-hmm.
sharing, commenting. Those little ones that you are commenting, we are very appreciative. We are
Yes.
on 321 subscribers. We are pushing. One of the ladies, she said we are pushing. You know, and I felt.
That was yesterday.
Yeah. I felt encouraged to say, okay, maybe we are on something. Yeah.
On YouTube, to have that number of subscribers.
Stuff.
On YouTube, when you say on YouTube, it's wrong.
Mm.
When you are doing SDA things or church things, that number is too big. Because
Yeah, it's too
YouTube
big.
subscribers, million people are there in millions. But when you are doing church things,
That's
if you reach 100
Yes.
and you have like consistent watching numbers like that, views,
Definitely,
100 and
yes,
something, and you're
Yeah,
pushing.
we are trying.
You're
SDA.
pushing.
And it's kind of weird how much so
Yeah.
many people are Christian, but the Christian things in the platform of YouTube, TikTok,
They're not moving.
They're not moving,
And
but
they spend time
but-
on
Yes,
YouTube.
but why are
Watching
they
more
not?
podcasts and
Come on.
chill, so things of the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
but
yeah,
these
yeah.
things of the, I watch podcasts and chill. But
I mean, it's nice.
I
Yeah.
still watch things which are gonna help me grow.
Yeah,
spiritually.
spiritual,
Because
yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah.
podcast and chill helping me do? Like just knowing
Laughing,
in the hours
I
and
mean,
of it. Like things of the
recently they were
world.
trending, and it was wrong things which they were trending about.
Podcast and chill.
Yeah.
What is?
What is wrong?
You know, you didn't see what McG did.
He's always doing something that. What are which one?
No, it's just that I can't say it here. But
Why not?
I gotta say it, man.
He's
It
not
is
afraid
true.
himself.
We have
so
to be
you
true.
can
We have to
say
be
it.
It
true.
has
What
been
did he do?
trending. No, he
Allegedly, use that word. If
Allegedly.
No, he said it. It's not an alleged. He said it.
He said what?
I'm forgetting the woman.
And it's
Which-
always about
Oh,
women.
okay. He's talking about
he
McG kind of like saying something about a woman's private part, that thing, yeah.
Yeah, he's always
Yeah,
with
the
women.
people
That-
were after
he's
him,
always
yeah.
being sued,
Always.
that guy.
Yeah.
Also, he kind of used. But yeah,
Amara, that this channel is proper. It won't.
Nah.
it's okay.
Him and Solo are those two are
Nah.
doing the most. Are doing the most.
I
But
mean, most of the podcasts they are coming simply because
of that
Yeah,
one, it
yeah.
is. But us, please support us.
Yeah,
the way
man,
you
please,
support
guys.
podcasting.
Support us, guys. Come on, do something. Come on. Anyways, today let's talk about the Christian journey, the life. I call it life versus, or I call it reality versus Christianity. You know, because Christianity says even when you don't have food, don't worry.
yeah.
For I know the thoughts that I
And
the
the
Lord
plans
have.
I have.
Yeah. But then the reality says, Chief, I'm hungry. You know.
All right.
You know, I'm hungry and I've not eaten for 2 days. How can I not worry? You know. So I want to hear maybe each one of us like, how's your Christian journey?
Okay. Actually, bringing the reality in. It's not easy journey. That's the honesty. It's not. It's not an easy journey.
Yeah.
And I think there's a narrative which actually crept in the Christendom to say the idea of you becoming a Christian, you mustn't actually suffer.
Okay.
Of which that's a wrong narrative. So to say you are a Christian, you are not immune from sufferings of this world. But what I know is, even in your sufferings, God is with you. Inside your sufferings, He's with you. You've seen a lot of examples, even when people would go through persecution, and these are the things which Christians would go through. Like example, your Daniel and those guys, the 3 Hebrew boys. We've seen the presence of God in their persecution.
Okay.
So I would say, personally myself, I would go through stuff, and sometimes it's not easy, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not.
what I want to talk about, like the reality of your
It's-
own journey. Because I know we can read about Paul and Silas,
Yeah.
we can read about all those Hebrew boys and whatnot, but
No,
then what is the reality of us in this Christian? And those ones were the Christian, those ones.
They were Christians, yes.
Or
It's
because it
not,
was Christ, right? Because Christian, it's a word that comes from,
yeah,
you
from
know,
Christ.
Yeah.
No, they were following God. Like, what can I say? Because
Are you not living as a Christian? That's what we want.
Yes, I am, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, isn't it? We are going through stuff.
Yeah.
And the reality, or to be honest, we
Be
don't
honest,
wanna
yeah.
we don't want to go through those tough times. And
No one.
okay, I'm saying it myself. I don't wanna go through those times, but the reality is there. Those things are there, and definitely you go through that. Yeah. So it's not something which you can run away from or trying to shield it with you being a Christian. Because we can look in the life of Christ. It was not easy. I think that basically I would say.
Which is.
Yeah.
What's the question?
Yeah, it
Because
was
my
that
guy
my
here
friend
was
I love
talking,
you know, you know.
shower.
The thing is, like, what's your Christian journey like? You know, how is the Christian journey? Or if you can just summarize your Christian life journey, lifetime journey. I don't know if I'm even making sense, but something along those lines.
You know, many times we tend to hide our lives, or cover them with God on top of it, you know. Every time, everything you say, be like, yeah, God is in control. But the question is, how is your journey as a Christian?
Yeah.
You know, like, since I can simply say I've been on this journey since I was born, simply so. I've been in this journey, whether I've been doing whatnot, but I
But you've been
think
there.
whatever that I've been doing, it has been the part of this journey which I'm in. And it has not been easy. When I was young, it was easy because I was not exposed to these many things of this world. But as time goes by now, hey man, it's tough.
Yeah.
Because you were not there. The sermon I was preaching last week, not
Yeah.
this last
Last
week.
of last
It was that, like, it was Psalms 23, right? It was just let God be your shepherd, you know, something
Yes.
simply as that. It was like, if God is your shepherd of your life, right? It does not mean that you are not gonna be lost. It simply means that even when you go in the valleys, simply remember that God is with you. Right?
It's
Now
leading,
the problem is when you go through things in the valley, you are not with God. When you don't come out of the valley, I think I'll send you that video. We'll have to post it for our viewers to see.
Yeah.
When you don't have if you don't have the Lord as your shepherd, when you go in the valley and you don't come out, you are no longer in the journey of the Lord. So then, let me just conclude by this. It is not easy, man. Since I've been when I was just an audience or a member of church, like someone who goes to church and just sit on the desk and watch someone do something the whole time, my life was kind of normal, man. It was not that deep. But since I started seeing this thing of preaching, this thing of actually just being YouTube, just being a part of something which is like you're pushing the gospel somehow. Like, life has been tough because I'm talking too much and I don't like that.
I like
You see, in the Christian journey, because if you say a journey, it's not a simple one.
Yeah.
One of us here can record alone just talking about the
the
journey. So I'm trying to put everything in one thing, and it's kind of tough.
Mm.
So in this journey, right, since I've started being a figure of something, like delivering something, not just being an audience, like being something at church, doing something somewhere, and being recognized. My life has been tough a little bit because there's a sin which I'm sure I commit every day. But I commit it knowing that I'm committing it. Like I know that I'm.
Which one?
It's not even one. There are many.
That one that came first.
It's not even one. There are many.
Yeah, you want
that one?
Let me simply say this: lying is normal.
Yeah, it's like
we lie like
lying is very much.
We lie like why not?
It's been a norm.
Lying and that sin, you might not steal, you might not do whatever. Lying. That's sin, my guy. Not lying about big things, lying about little things.
Small.
I didn't reply your text because of this. That's a lie. That's lying. So Christian journey conclusion. Second time conclusion. Concluding this thing. Like, okay, as long as you are in your journey, you are gonna come through valleys and mountains and whatnot. But as long as you have God, like the presence of God in your life, it does not mean that there are not going to be storms in your life, in your journey. But what guarantees you is that, or the presence of God, what matters when it's there, is that He offers calmness in the middle of the storm.
Yeah, and comfort.
And comfort in the middle of. Being a Christian does not mean there are no storms. No. Being a Christian means that if you have the Lord as your shepherd, in the middle of the storms, He's going to offer you calmness. That's all about the Christian.
In the simplest way, I can say, being a Christian is not easy. This Christian journey, it's one that is difficult in so many ways. Both of you were preaching, so I really don't think I can top what you just did. I can't top on top of Psalms, Everyone I say Psalms and I don't even have any quotes from the Bible. But honestly speaking, as an individual who's living like a Christian, chief is tough, man. Yeah, and the concept of Christianity somehow it brings the idea of saying if you are a Christian, then some things shouldn't be as tough, When you know that your Father is able, then why should I suffer? When I can just say, can you give me? And He does, But then in the Christian life, it's never the case. So another thing that I want to talk about is the fact that why is it that, man, we're all saying tough, three of us here. Why is it that it has to be tough when we know that the Bible says, for God so loved the world that He gave His only Son? My point is, for God so loved us that He can even do so many things, He can do, actually not so many things, He can do everything. In as much as we know that He can do everything, why is it still so tough for us as Christians? Like, I don't get it. Why do I have to suffer as a Christian? Why do I have to cry? Okay, crying is kind of normal. If your girlfriend heartbreaks you, then if you are weak or something, you might color there and there. But then why do we have to suffer as Christians, man? Why is there so much suffering around us,
No, suffering, it's never something which is good. And I would like to believe that it was never the intention of God for us to suffer. Because even from the beginning, the world was not like what it is now.
Okay.
Because things were fine. Like if you see when He created this world, before sin, everything was perfect. So I could simply say that the other things why we are suffering, it's because of the sin.
Yeah.
With the sin which came in, so it brought death. It brought a lot, death, sickness, whatever bad things we are facing now. It's because of the sin which came in. So the unfairness and everything which is bad, which we are experiencing as people of God, it's because of that.
It's fine. I always have this conversation with you, so I'm gonna try to bring it on there. So to make it simple, this is what I'm saying, Chief. I remember I'm gonna make this example that I made for you. This is what I'm saying to you. God knew. That's what we know about God. He's an all-knowing God, right? When God knows so much, why did he allow sin to enter, then lead us to this suffering that we are going through as people? An example that I'm gonna make is like, if you have a child right now and they are playing, and you tell them, if you go to that road, the cars will hit you. And then after saying that, you say, but I give you free will. You can do as you want. But the truth is, if you do 1, 2, 3, you will end up in such situation. My question is, why not just scrap the child, and then don't let him go to the road. If they go there, this and this will happen. God knew that when he throws down, when he casts down the devil to this earth, 3, 4, 5 things will happen, but he still let them happen. I think that's what I'm trying to ask. Why? How fair?
Like the way you're saying, did it happen that way?
Yeah. And we'll continue. You've already been in this conversation.
No.
It's fine. I choose.
I wonder. No, wait. I want us to be honest. Be honest with your question. Whatever you said, did it happen that way?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't agree.
How did it happen?
Let's start there before.
Yeah, because
I understand what he's saying.
No, I get him, but like, remember, for Christ to come and die, he was dying on our position. Who was supposed to die?
Who put on that
Christ
position?
came after the devil. And
No, I'm
I
saying,
don't think you're hearing it.
isn't it? No, wait, because we are saying, okay, it's being said that the wages of sin is death.
It's death, okay.
Right? Yeah. So who was supposed to die? Because we this one we understand that when Christ died for us, it was our position. We were supposed to die, but instead he died for us. You
Who brought us on that position?
And now, okay, we were part of that, because I believe that God is a God of co-working. He doesn't want to feel like he's the only one deciding for us. So with the way you were bringing it, remember, God doesn't do anything without even the knowledge of without the knowledge of his people when he's doing something. Because this issue of rebellion, Adam and Eve knew about it.
Okay.
He knew about it. Because to test the issue of obedience, to tell them that, you know what, this tree you must not eat it. The day you eat of it, you surely what? Die. They know this. And they are aware of what is happening in heaven. Because rebellion did not start here. It started there. Right. I'm going. So now, the devil came in the picture. Already there's a test of being obedient. It's there. Adam is away, Eve is away. They had a choice. And even when Eve was coming to Adam with the fruit of knowing good and evil, he knew what was going to happen if you would eat. Because remember, Eve ate, but nothing happened. But the moment Adam ate, something happened. The world changed, everything changed. Even the authority he had, it transferred to Lucifer.
It's fine. That's what the fun fact is that you are with me, but you wanna go there. Let me answer this one. What I'm saying is that
I'm just saying the suffering we are in, we contributed to be suffering.
If you listen to what you are saying that Adam knew. Before Adam knew, God knew.
Yes, but do you see
when
the
God
contrast?
knows, why did God not? Because you're saying he wants to do free will. What's the use of free will when you can see that something bad is going to happen?
So
just prevent. I'll let him answer because now
before he answers, I know it's fine. No, you come in. He's gonna come in. But you, what did you expect from God? Did you want God to create us like robots?
No. But I'm saying if I see that my child is going to cross a road and there's a car coming, I will not
But
let it be like
wait.
that.
On that case of Adam, because if Adam didn't disobey God, we're not going to be in this mess we are in.
That's true.
Yes. So why did he do
Let him
it?
say something. We are having a dialogue now.
Why did he
We'll
do
have
it?
a dialogue on the street, me and you there. Don't worry.
Yes,
No, but these are questions whereby remember
Still have a long journey.
all of us, all of us, we don't want to suffer. That's the honest truth. This suffering we are in, no one wanted to be in these sufferings, but he chose to disobey. Why?
I don't know. Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't say God. That is what I just wanted to show you.
Okay.
I think this guy helped me a little bit because I don't have an answer because we're talking too much. I was liking it a little bit. Okay, but let me tackle it in this way, right? God knew, right? Everything because he's an all-knowing God. We all know that.
Yes.
He knew that at the end of the day, Satan is gonna come in, he's gonna do that. What this guy is asking is why didn't God stop all of that from happening for it to even get to a point where he had to bring his son to die? You understand my point? God could have stopped, his son would not have died if he stopped Lucifer from the beginning. The question is why not, isn't it?
Yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
getting it
Yeah,
correct.
that's what
now,
exactly
the
what I'm
answer
saying.
of that question is simply if he did not stop Satan from doing that. Because if you remember, Lucifer did not do that himself. Even the other angels were with him from there. Pastor Gawasep was just talking about this not so long ago.
Yeah,
Is that me? I'm answering it in my own knowledge, right? Other what do you call this? Angels were with Lucifer. Now the question is, why were they with Lucifer in the first place? If you know that there is a God and you believe in God, if I come with a rumor and you believe in what you believe in, why will you now change your point of belief and now you want to go with the rumor which is coming? So now God, I don't like talking for God why he did whatever he did. In my own understanding, right, it was because he wanted them to believe in him because they believe in him. He has the power to stop everything, which you guys come back. But he gave them free will that, okay, here is the two things here. There is me, there is the rumor of Lucifer. Now you choose which one to believe. You have stayed with me these whole years. Lucifer is my son. He came after me. So you want to believe someone who did come after me? He came because of me in the beginning.
Yeah. To start with.
You see, because if you ask that question, where does God come from? You will never answer that question. But Lucifer comes from God. So there's no way God could have simply stopped him. Okay, let me bring it to practicality now, because God could have simply, but he chose it so that even us we choose it like just because we want to, isn't it? Not because we are forced. Okay, now when you bring it to practicality of a son crossing a road, right? If okay, there are those fathers which you consider good. Hey, that guy you can't play with him. That guy you cannot get near him. If I tell my kid right now, don't go play in the road, don't cross the road, but he chooses to still go there and cross the road. There are two fathers in this situation who can deal. There are two ways to deal with this thing. There is a father who can simply grab the kid and bring him back. That kid is gonna his name is a spoiled brat. He's not gonna be a main guy. He's not gonna be the guy when he grows up. If you keep on nursing your kid, hey, come back, right? This is the first kid. This is the first father. You can simply grab the kid to come back. Now the second father, you can let the kid go and learn from the mistakes of him getting hit by, not by a car, because no one can let him get by a car. Get hit by a bicycle or get robbed. Don't walk there at night. You can simply let him or lock him in the house, say, go and get robbed and experience this by yourself. You understand? That is the main reason why there is the Bible today. You understand? I don't want to talk about Paul and Silas and Abel and Cain, the first one who killed who. I want to talk about the reason why there is a Bible today. The reason there is a Bible today is for you to learn the experience and the testimonies of which has happened before. For you to choose now, who do you believe?
Yeah.
You now believe in God or in Satan. So for God to not have stopped it from the beginning, it was this. He was the second dead of saying, "Go and learn from your mistake." It's just that now we are doomed as we did nothing.
We are
The
now
prodigal
right.
son.
Now we are lost. We're just doomed now. We
The
did
prodigal
nothing
son,
because of
it's the
Satan.
same as what you're saying. The prodigal son, the father let him go so that he experience. I don't know if you want to say something, but I because what I'm about to say is kind of a conclusion of this thing. You still have to say something on this?
No, say it. No.
Okay, what I'm saying, Andrea, what I'm saying is simply that some things, yesterday when we were there at church during lunch, even before lunch in the Sabbath school little thing there, we came to a conclusion that, honestly speaking, all the things that are in the Bible, they are enough for your salvation, and they will lead you to where you're supposed to be if you follow them as they are.
Yes.
And now, the problem that I was trying to bring with this question is that people are trying so much and so hard to answer for God, you know? And honestly speaking is that no one in this earth can speak or answer for God. Even the things that you say, that one of saying that if you start and now understand how God operates and how and why, then it ceases to be God. It's a very valid point to say that, because some of the things, one of those things like that, you can never answer why God let it be. You can justify as you can with the human mind and the human knowledge, but the truth is there's no enough justification as to why things they are right now. And the journey of Christianity remains to be hard. You know, it's fine. Okay. You have something?
Okay, like just to add a bit, to say, because really what you've just said, it seals everything. Like, we can never understand God's ways and the things which He has given us, the things which we have. I think they are enough for us to understand how God does what He does and what we see, on a daily basis. Because I feel like this one, and with the things which we want to understand, let's live according to His will and be saved. I think that's the only safe way, so that when we are there, we get to ask Him, why was this happening? Why did you allow such and such and such to happen? But I think it's the love, because it's something which I just want to bring in. It's the love which He has for us to say, God really, you can tell He didn't want to control us, to be robots. He's just deciding everything for us, and because you could see with the authority which Adam had, he was a god on earth. Whatever he said, or whatever names he gave to animals, anything we are seeing today is because of Adam and his contribution towards naming things, the creatures which God created. And when he was naming, God will say, it is because you have said it. You would agree with Adam. You understand? So God's ways are just amazing, and you can't really, you can't, with our limited minds, we can never. Except for us to just understand what we have already. I like your point. We have the Bible to reflect back and to see even the mistakes which other people did, especially when it comes when we are disobeying God. We know the consequences. We know. That's why I would say, because Adam knew that, now she had eaten that fruit. Now this is chai. Is the beginning of sorrows now. And it's just that in his limited mind, he thought that he was gonna lose Eve forever. And he partake.
The women that we have, and
but anyway, I think that is my
what are you opening? What was in your phone there?
Steps to Christ, whatever.
It was
Ellen White.
I even read it for you, but it's one of the reasons why God.
You see, Andrea, the way God operates, No one can simply understand that. But I think, I don't know if what I'm going to say would make sense. I think if you read your Bibles very well, right? Me, I would have preferred, okay, this generation of now should have English there, should have gotten the God of the First Testament, not the God of the Second Testament. Because now, when Jesus came, life became simple. Because if you read the First Testament of the Bible, Old Testament, well, God simply says right there, I just don't know the reference, because when I read the Bible, I kind of browse and just go where I want to go.
Yeah.
When you read the Old Testament, rightfully so, God simply says, if you do this, I will do this. If you do this to God, He's going to do this. The God of the Old Testament, simple, there's a story there, I heard it somewhere, I think from Maponga or somewhere. Simply, when the kids were mocking, there were these other kids who were mocking this other guy. What is
Elijah? I think it's Elijah.
Elijah, I don't know the guy, Elijah. But God opened the gates for the bears to go eat the kids. He's a God who kills in the Old Testament. He's a God who punishes. He's a God who, if you do this, He does this. You understand? But now, since Jesus came, now I bet there are churches who don't talk about the Old Testament, who just refer to the New Testament. Since Jesus came, right, things have been easy for us. That's why we no longer believe God, because people are consistent.
That one.
Consistently.
That one.
Sinning. People sin every day, and there's no repercussions which are coming after sin.
And you know what's funny?
We are abusing the grace which came.
Yeah, man. Christ. You sin today, tomorrow, nothing is
what's
happening.
funny, it was exactly when we were talking about yesterday when we came back from church. Hey, I'm saying with this guy, you see, man. Hey, everything is
like,
But now, the thing, it was like this, exactly this, to say that this thing, I feel like Christianity gives you so much free will. It became so reluctant in how you behave, with the sense of saying at the end of the day you can be saved if you change, Then there's too much reluctant. You can sin right now and you still remain the same. And so even give you other religion to say some of the religion, if you do 1, 2, 3, we coop you now. There's no further discussion.
Punishment comes.
Yeah.
We coop you now.
You're born, man.
Adam and Eve. Something that I also want to talk about.
No, but the grace was shown. Even Adam and Eve, after they sinned, they didn't die instantly. Instead, God killed the lamb, but it was a sign of something, plan of salvation, that Christ gonna come and die for us, and also they were given that promise of a savior out of the world.
One thing I wanted to say, right, is that the Christian journey, it's not hard, man.
We were wrong all along.
No, it's hard in our thinking. That's what I want to get right.
Oh, okay.
The Christian journey is very simple. This journey is very simple. The problem now is that we are now exposed to the simplicity of the world. You understand? We are now exposed to what we think is right for us. When we do, it's like we love God with conditions. I'm loving you, I'm doing God, I've come to church, I pray, I talk to you. When you do that, you are expecting a certain result from doing that. You are not doing it from the pureness of your heart. You understand? So, but now...
And God wants that.
But now, because I bet God can see if you are loving Him out of love, for real, like you are loving Him, or I bet we might be doing this, singing, preaching, talking for the sake of
what
that.
is the motive?
Oh, that's why when you get home, you ask yourself, Father God, I do this, that and that. But at the end of the day, there's no results to show for it that I was doing this and that. What can I say? If he said something I just forgot. If you read the Bible, like rightfully so, and you follow the commandments of God, like you are doing everything in plan, you pray for whatever you are doing, I tell you, man, your journey is not going to be that hard. There are testimonies of people who are somewhere in life. Now, here's a simple thing. I was talking about this that week. You were not there, man.
You were not being there.
You pray to God, right? Simply when you need something. But from the beginning, He was not there. You start your own, let's simply say this podcast. We start this podcast thinking we are the guys. Mara later on the stage when it's now sinking, we remember that hey,
There's God.
there is God.
There's God.
Who in the beginning you should have prayed with him. You now pray when you are going to write an exam. When you are now submitting your CV, that's when you pray and God,
But
please,
you-
can I get a job?
You could have simply started with God from the
From
beginning.
the beginning, man.
Yes.
When you, the question
Yeah.
is right. I am repeating the things I was saying that week. That's what's
Yeah.
boring me. The question is right. If you see someone succeeding, the reason why we say Christian journey is hard, we talked about this in another episode here. We said people who are outside, their life is perfect. We talked about this.
Yeah,
in the
I
other
remember.
episode. That the rich
it
people
seems like
yeah, they are
the
succeeding
wicked
out
and
there.
they are flourishing.
Yeah,
and the
their lives are
Christian,
going
yeah.
perfect.
Yes.
But now, when you ask
Yeah.
I asked myself one question, right? I wanna be rich, I wanna be wealthy. I asked myself one question: is that God?
Okay.
That's all I ask myself. He's a billionaire, but is that really? Is that
yeah,
really God?
is
How
this-
can someone simply become a billionaire, but there's someone who is sleeping outside? I do not believe that God
Yeah, there's
can
no-
possibly make someone a billionaire. Even a
For
millionaire,
yourself
like
alone.
God makes you a millionaire yourself, and someone
And-
is sleeping outside.
And you know, sorry to pause you.
yeah, you
man.
can come, you can
sorry to pause you. No, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
say
you
like
bring it.
it's a sentence, a simple one to say, and it's in the Bible. Like God had made other people storehouses of His blessings.
yeah,
Like I'm not blessed for myself.
that's the point. Yeah.
Like I can't be rich here. It's only me. But I'm working with you guys.
Ah.
You are even telling me I don't even have 10 rand in my pocket,
rich.
but
But
I'm a millionaire.
How does that?
It
How does
doesn't
it
make
work?
it doesn't make sense.
I'm not saying
Like,
there's no God, but me,
I
don't
think
there's
with
God there.
there's no God. There's no God because
think so.
with our Christianity, it's practical. Christianity, being a Christian, it's you being practical towards life and towards your fellow man. So you can't be rich here and
Other
there,
Christians are feeling.
you can see that there's no God there.
You see, even
It's
the life
people
of,
just
the life
being
of
selfish.
Abraham, it's simple.
Hey, you guys are preaching.
The
No,
life
we
of-
want to end.
yeah,
No,
Yeah.
I don't. I have something else to. I want us to engage. on.
another thing, yeah. The life of Abraham, you see,
Yeah.
if God can come to one of us here and ask us to give the best of the best, are we gonna give the best of the best? I bet Abraham's son was the best of them. Abraham could not have children, simple as that.
Yes.
But the only son which he got, he was simply asked, God will
Isaac.
kill that son.
Can we do that?
You see,
Yeah.
here's the point, right? God doesn't bless you for the future. He doesn't bless you like, okay, let me bless you today, for tomorrow, for next year. No,
Give us this day our daily
the
bread.
blessing is there, but it's just waiting for you to get to that destination. That's when you'll see that blessing. Because even
Yeah.
if Abraham refused and did not go to the mountain, how was he gonna see the lamb? That there is a lamb to replace his son. Simply that.
And always when we see the lamb, it's always about it's
Good things from
representing
God.
something.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because we know
let's
the
come
lamb
to
is
this
Christ,
one.
yeah.
It's fine. Let's come to reality. Something else now. Let's talk about this one. I have this question that I had when I was watching podcast and chill. Then I came up with this question. Actually, it was kind of a question there. But okay, here's the question. The question is, let's say for instance, let me start with you because you have a girlfriend right now. Let's say for instance, you marry her, now she's
Some
not
of us
married.
we are,
This
yeah.
guy loves relationships.
No, no,
I'm in a relationship,
Listen,
but this
bruh.
guy loves.
Listen, bruh.
It's like he wants clues from us.
No, listen,
How
man.
to
This
get
one is
there.
not for relationship. It's for the other side of the relationship. You are married now, and now your wife, who is now your wife, well, is fighting with your mom. What do you do?
When I'm married there, what do I do?
Yeah, what will you do? They're arguing.
And these people, they are close to your heart.
Okay.
Two women who are close to your heart.
Me personally, brother, I don't think that will ever happen to me. Like, I got myself two women who are chill and cool. You see.
But what would you do?
I want to answer it from a truthfully thing.
It's experience.
Me personally, right? I don't think that will ever happen to me. 'Cause
Okay.
why? Okay, but let me answer it if it
It
will
doesn't
never. But let's just say somewhere it's happening on how to deal with it, right? This is the truthful thing which people don't want to understand. Ne? Love your mother and your family, however, like they are the most important people. But once you marry a wife, that's your first priority. That's what people
First
don't
thing.
wanna get. It's the true thing.
Yeah.
Bruh, me, I love my mom so much, very much, so much. However much it is there in the world. But once you are married, your obligation now is to your family.
You are focusing in
Your,
this one.
your obligation is to your family. Your family, your original family, it now comes after. You are now a man. You are no longer a kid.
It's different, yes.
If you are talking, if my wife and my mom are fighting, my mom, if I'm talking to her, I'm a kid.
Hey.
You are a
But when I'm
child
talking
her.
to my wife now, I'm
You're
a
a
man.
leader.
I have a family now.
Yeah,
So
the
my mom, when
husband.
when she talks to me now, she must not talk to me as I am a kid anymore. I'm now a man. I am a kid, but I'm now a what? I am a man of my family. That's what. Yeah, I think the problem starts with the mother now. Your mother must respect
Respect
you
you.
and understand that this person is now
Yes,
a man.
moved
His
to-
family
yes.
now operates. And one thing, families, I've watched this many times. Mothers think your wife is their kid. And that's wrong. My wife is not my mother's kid.
H.
Or like they would like to take your wife
and
as their
treat her like
child.
their child.
No, but okay,
This
all right. No, but but you know what? You see what you
My woman is not my kid.
wait.
It's mine.
Yeah, it's not your
No,
kid.
yeah, it's
mine.
your wife.
My
No,
wife
it's
is not your kid.
No, it's your wife. But to be
Yeah.
honest,
Then I wanna hear your conclusion before.
Yeah,
you-
yeah.
Let me conclude
Okay.
then.
Yeah, conclude,
Because
yeah.
simply so,
Okay.
if I was to go to my wife's place and they treat me like their kid, my mom was not gonna respond to that in a good way. This thing goes to a way of respect, mutual respect. My wife must respect my mother. That's my husband's mother. I
Yeah.
got this person because of. If she respects my mother, they're not gonna fight from the beginning. If my mother respects
Respect
my wife,
and-
there's not gonna be any
There's not
fight from
gonna
the
be
beginning.
issues.
But now it comes from when a mother does not want to let go of the son to say, this guy is a man. He's a man now. He's Mr. Mulea. He's no longer Onea. He's Mr. Mulea.
Mulea,
He's
no.
represent. He's no longer Onea like he's alone. When you call Onea now, he's Mr. Mulea. He comes with people. He's no
Yeah.
longer alone. I come with someone now. When you come and talk to me, you must know that I'm responsible
Yeah,
for someone.
representing.
Because it
Yeah.
comes back from black text. The other day, I wanted to talk about black text. We
Diverted.
from that because we said there's nothing to talk about. Because this thing of money, right? I've had this conversation with many people, bruh. Me personally, there's nothing which affects me when it comes to black text. There's nothing. Mara, there's a guy or a lady who they firstly they have, when they get married and they are financially stable now, they have to go back home and start by sorting out home. You understand? That conversation has come. I've talked about it with these many people now. If a mother can fight the son, right? Okay, let's say he's married right now, he has to go fix it home, right? And his wife is against that.
Yeah.
Well, the wife and the mother, they're gonna what?
Fight.
They're gonna
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
because
starting
now
something,
the
yeah.
son is having financial problems there at his house, and the mother is saying, I bet their mothers, hey, I don't have grocery, I don't have what, and there's a son, he must
Must
respond
take care.
fast to good, hey. But the wife is not what? It's not fully okay with that. What must you do in that situation?
Yeah, man, and we've been seeing these instances
That happen,
a
these
lot
things.
of yeah
Everywhere.
a lot like
a lot,
yeah.
a lot.
yeah, but you know I think you've said it, man. To say it's
What's your take? Not that what he said. You
no but
personally.
no all right, okay, personally
What
it's-
would
it's-
you
it's-
do in
it's-
such
it's-
an instant?
me, I would say, I think people must understand the positions they are holding. If you understand your position,
Life.
yes, you get to appreciate the other person.
That's the good word, appreciate.
Yeah, you get to, because all right, I think it's the Bible actually which says even when you are marrying, you are leaving your what?
Family.
Your parents. You are separating from not separating in a sense of like you are disowning them,
Priority.
but you are moving from that space. Now you are going to what? To form your own family. So this is a principle of saying, even these ones which we are living, they are understanding that that now you are going to be a representative
Of the family, other people.
other people. You are bringing, because marriage is always, it's not about you two. It's also about even the family you are living and the family she left. You are bringing two families together. You know. But now when you are doing that, this group and this group, they are understanding where they are standing, because that point of saying your mother, ne, she must not treat your wife like,
Yeah, kid.
yeah, but your mother also, she has a right to call your wife her child,
Yes.
respectfully so, not ill treatment. She's her child, and your wife must see your mother like
Yes, her
the
mother.
way she see
Yeah,
her biological mother.
Yeah.
Same respect. So I'm saying this to, like, everyone is standing on his position, understanding their role they are playing. So your mother is playing
A motherly
a
role.
motherly role to your wife.
But you know where I was coming from. So
Yeah, I get.
I was coming
yes.
from a point that now,
Because we are seeing this.
let's say I have a
treatment.
younger
Yeah.
sister, right? My mother must not treat my wife as she treats that daughter. The way she talks to her daughter must not be the way she talks to my wife. If your mother is angry with you, bruh, she must shout. African mothers, she must shout. But to my wife, she must come with a sort of something to say, no, man, this person is my kid. Let me grow. Okay, simple as that. Hey, here at church, me, I don't do that. Mara, you guys, you call other people your mothers here at church and your fathers. Me, I just respect them. Mara, as a motherly role, that's a different thing now. To call Mara, let's leave. That's me. That's just me. There are
Okay.
people who approach people that this is my mother from church, this is my mother from work. That mother of yours, she does not have a right to talk to you the way your original mother talks to you. Man, you respect her as an elderly and a mother person, but at the end of the day, she's
Mother
not your
figure.
mother. She's a mother figure, Mara, she's not your mother. Your mother has a right to treat you however she wanna treat you because she's your mother. I'm not saying abusing, I just mean like however treatment. That's what I was saying. Mara, she's a mother to the both of us. That's why when I want advice and my wife wants advice, she can go to my mother because she's an elderly person. We must respect her and their views. That's all I was saying.
Okay. No, I hear you, but yeah,
Did
I
you
think
even answer what I have asking, Andre? What would you do? Just give it in a...
no, I okay, because I was giving.
Just put yourself in that situation.
No,
If they are fighting.
when remember, because I started of when people are understanding their roles in life to another person.
What are you?
Where are you?
Me.
Okay,
know,
both your questions,
but now-
both your answers are saying...
I'm answering now.
Okay.
So it means now I have to fix that. It means my mother, ne, she's not understanding her role to my wife.
Okay.
And even my wife, she must not fight with my mother. It means also
disrespectful.
she doesn't understand. Because, all right, let's say my mother mistreated her. She was not supposed to do a back and forth with my mom. Ne? She was supposed to come to me to say, oh, this is what happened. Then I have to speak to my mom.
Put her in place.
I have to bring them together. I have to bring them together to say what is the issue, So hence what I've started saying, it brings everything to be all right to say
Know who you are.
know who you are. You are the mother. Okay, if she's your daughter anyway. How can you mistreat your daughter? Your biological daughter, you can't treat her the way you are treating her. That's the truth.
Now I hear you guys.
You
You guys,
understand?
yeah, I understand.
And-
I understood.
Even you, if there's a
You can't
why
fight
would
with
you
your
can't be
father-in-law.
fighting?
Can
It's
you-
your
How
mother.
simple is that? You can't
It's
even
simple.
with your
Was
father-in-law.
okay. Even that commandment, you see that command of saying honor your mother and your father, so that your days on earth, That commandment, okay, specifically it directs to your biological mother and your mother, but it doesn't end there. Even your elderly, give that respect,
Everyone.
because you might not have that privilege of having your parents, all of them being alive.
Yeah.
But there's always someone.
Father figure, mother figure.
You know, you have someone who's a parent in your life. And if you respect them, honoring that command, though they are not your biological, but that blessing comes. Because on the 10 Commandments, I think is the only commandment which has a blessing. And also the Sabbath brings also, blessings. And that one, if you do so, you receive those blessings. So I think to just answer that, people must just know where they stand. Because now I have to fix that now. It means they don't have that understanding of
So
where they
I
are
get it.
standing. Yeah.
Listen, from both your answers, you answered like private school thing. You left the public then to private.
Answer.
The question is, what do you do if your wife is fighting with your mother? And the truth is, what you guys did there, it was only giving me the solution on how not to get there. But the question is not how not to get there, but how do you deal with such a situation? Personally, Chief,
man,
I step aside because if
You was not listening.
No, it's true though.
You are not listening, but it's
what
fine.
you guys did is a solution, Chief.
Let him
You
answer.
gave me a solution because you're telling me that if you know your responsibility, if you know your place, if you respect, those are solutions on how not to get there, but it's not a solution on what you do when that happens.
Okay, answer.
But
Reality
did
is
you-
that I'll step.
No, wait. But you didn't hear what I said. I said they are fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Like what you're saying, we came from there on the solution and what. But I even said, now I'm fixing that solution which I started
Bring
bringing.
them together.
I'm now stepping in to fix
Talk to
to
them.
fix that, because I'm not supposed to talk to them. You understand? You are saying you back out.
Yeah.
Yes, so me, I'm saying now I have to, because you say what should I do? I'm not even supposed to. You understand? Because now I'm fixing that. It means my mom, she doesn't understand her
We get
role.
that, but then
You
what do you
understand?
do when that happens?
You make everyone know their position in my life.
You have to
But
do that.
I'm the center.
That is the solution we are bringing.
That's what he was
So
saying.
you
that-
sit with them.
Yes.
Like this, you sit here. There, she's here because of you.
Yeah,
You are
it
there
means-
because of
it
me.
means- it means
the
you
solution
didn't
is to
un-
sit
you
with them.
didn't
No,
understand
all
it
I had
well.
was the
No,
solution on how not to
you
get
know what,
there.
Wanya? You didn't even understand the solution we were bringing.
Yeah,
You didn't.
Andrea, this thing is all respect.
So
Bruh,
you did
respect.
it.
That's
You
why I'm
understand
saying
it?
respect is like when you know your place and you respect the person you're
will never
talking-
happen.
It will
It
never
will never
happen.
happen.
Yeah. But then the thing what I was asking, what did you do when it happened? The
But
solution
you
is to
saying
sit.
you are a coward.
Take it out.
That means
So
this
that-
family is
Listen.
going nowhere.
So that you gotta be
Your
trapped.
wife
I'm
will be like
telling you.
you're taking your mother's side.
I'm
You are
glad-
going to be You're not
try-
taking anyone's side.
Listen.
Because I
Let me
said
give
you are
you
now
an
coming
example.
in to fix
Let's
that.
say they are fighting
And I love
for.
what he said. The sides. You must take your wife's side. No matter
Always.
what, always. Bruh, your mother is. I'm not saying that if your wife is being disrespectful to your wife, take your
to
wife's
your
side.
mother.
No. Go and reprimand your wife, but do not do
Yeah.
that in front of your mother.
You
Because
see-
if you do that, your mother is not gonna respect your relationship. Because now it's like you're disrespecting your wife. Bruh,
So you
It's
if
just
you
that there's no time. I wanted to ask another one on
another
the
one.
relationship.
Ask it fast. This
But
one is
it's
done.
kind of
This
what
one
you
is-
were,
this
you
one
were
is
saying.
done.
It's kind of what you were saying.
Yeah.
To say
No,
that,
yeah.
let's say, if your mother wants money, do you first consult your woman?
Yes, you must do.
Andre, let's make it fast.
All right, okay. Let me wait.
Don't worry.
But wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
It's like, I had instances. All right, as a man, guys, you have to be careful on this one. You said when what?
If
It's
your
my-
mother is asking,
Is asking money. I have to ask my wife.
You have to tell your wife.
consult
Consult.
or
Ask.
No,
Consult is
yeah.
a good word. Because telling her is useless.
Or to tell her.
Ask her if you must tell her.
sit down and discuss, like
Yes,
sort of.
yes,
It's just that, yeah.
Was what I think as a man you must be in control of whatever you have. Alright. Definitely in life we're gonna have problems. Because even at her family side, there would be people who will be asking money.
Yeah.
So what is
That's
she
the reason I
gonna do?
said, yeah, I will.
You understand?
Because I'm not gonna be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
If
if
she
you
just
just-
says,
yeah, you must
Because
know.
in this situation we're gonna have instances whereby she'll be fighting to say, oh, so if my family is in trouble, you can't give what you're supposed to do, like helping. So because now it's your mother, you are quickly, you understand? I had this discussion, like it's something which I was seeing on. So parents, guys, to be honest, sometimes they put us on a corner.
Weird.
You know?
Yeah.
Yet sometimes they know that some of the things they are asking, we are not even able to provide. So this guy was giving an advice to say, sometimes it's actually good to even tell them that I am not able to do what you're asking me to do. Because at many a times, parents, they just expect you have to do it. You have to be clear.
But your answer here is that you will not tell your wife. You'll just send, if you can.
If I can.
You won't ask.
No, you won't tell your wife.
To
If your mother, my mother's
no, I can
1K.
I can tell her, but
Yeah.
if I can be able to assist, I will assist.
I think
No,
you're getting
the-
the question
the
wrong.
question is, would
will
you
tell
before you
her
assist?
before you give?
Yeah,
Or if your
before you
mother,
I will
assist.
tell her.
that's what
Like, yeah, I will tell her.
Because Andrea, me personally, if my
I
no
will
matter
tell
how
her.
serious the situation,
If you don't
is,
communicate,
no matter what is what. We
No, yeah, no,
we talked
there
about
must be a
relationships. We talked about the
communication,
just that we
yes.
brushed it off on another episode here. Brah, listen. The finance issue in relationships, man, this is like family life now.
It's
The
like,
finance issue in relationships, right? It's quickly, it's simply avoided, man. You can avoid that thing simply so. If my girlfriend, let's just say, okay, or let's just say me, let's say at home they need money like 5K for real. And I've done everything at my house with my wife. I do have the 5K in my phone. I do have it. I can just simply, if I send it, nothing is gonna be affected. There are two guys here. I can simply send it without telling her. She won't know because it's my money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's in my phone. She cannot know. Or there's another guy who they talk. They are transparent with everything. They can let each other know everything.
I think
Hey,
this thing
my mother
depends,
asked me 5K. I'm sending her. She needs to do that. Okay. Like you were saying in this other episode, you said some other things. We are not telling you to respond or to decide yes or no. I'm just being transparent with
Yes.
you. If my mother wants 5K and I have it, why not?
Why not?
Because some other day you won't have it. You'll have to ask her. Because
Yeah.
the matter of reality is that
it's not always.
it's not always that
Yes.
you are going to have the money. She might have it. And
might
you'll
have it.
So is
And
it okay if you just ask it from her when you need it? You don't tell her when you have it. You just ask it because you don't have it.
That one of transparency.
A good
I
answer
think
is
yes.
just be transparent with her.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
If she
No,
wants
I-
200, man, I'm giving my friend. Even me, when my friends ask me, man, I'll be like now I'm still broke, but I can still say.
You can still-
10 rand.
Yeah, because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
because she can come to you and expect to you might have promised her to buy something today, lunch, or you don't have to cook. Let's eat this. I'm gonna buy this and that. But you come now and be like, me that money, I don't have it anymore. You used it for a good reason, but for the fact that you did not tell her in time. You understand what I'm saying? So it's better to just say, my friend asked for 150, I send it to him, I no longer have that money.
Yeah.
He needed it for something serious than me
Serious.
buying KFC for you. He needed it for something serious than
Than that, yes. And the transparency and also affording doing things and what. So this is very important.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can be clear because families, they can just
You can't
put
do
you.
both.
If you can't, man, I
What must you
can't.
do?
I can't. Yeah, but
The problem is now you take out the money which you must support your family and take home.
take
That's the wrong part now.
yeah.
You must first support your family and then look back. Mara some say let's support home.
Yo,
Love thy family.
Some.
Yeah.
this is very interesting. We ended up on family life.
These are just questions.
Hey,
of
family
closing.
life.
We can host this topic
Yeah,
and talk to
yeah.
married people. They'll be surprised. These boys, where do they know this thing from? They can be surprised. Family life.
But yeah, it's one of those things you face.
So today
when
we
you're
talk for
I'm
an
trying
hour.
to go out. Yeah, it's an
And
hour.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
I know. It's from us with him and Chaz.
Boom.
Boom.
Yes,
Bye
guys.
bye.
Yes. Have a good
Rdobonana.
night.
Shawari.
Bye.